Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 7th of May. The Finance Minister's rejecting claims changes to the pay equity regime are helping her budget add up. The bill lifts the bar for claims of sex-based discrimination, pausing existing claims and requiring they be restarted. It's expected to save the government billions. David Seymour yesterday said the change had saved the budget. Today, Nicola Willis distanced herself from that comment.
I understand from my colleague Mr Seymour that he was speaking as ACT leader when he made that statement, not Associate Finance Minister. The words the ACT leader chose are not what I would choose.
Labour's finance spokesperson says the government's keeping New Zealand's jobless rate stubbornly high. Unemployment stayed static for the last quarter on 5.1%. Market expectations were for a slight rise. The Finance Minister says this shows the economy is doing better than anticipated. Barbara Edmonds disagrees.
There's still 45,000 more people since March last year who are unemployed. Every job has a family, has a table that you've got to put food on. This is about people. Any job losses are just not good.
Te Pāti Māori expects harsh punishment for its haka in the House last year. Parliament's Privileges Committee is deliberating today on the haka, including co-leaders Rawiri Waititi and Debbie Ngarewa-Paka and MP Ahana Rafiti Maipi Clark during voting on the Treaty Principles Bill. The parties apologised to Chair Judith Collins for yesterday's leak of committee proposals, suggesting punishment by suspensions. Ngarewa-Paka expects they'll be made an example of.
But there's some things you've got to come in here and stand really strong for, and we won't back down on what it is that we meant through the haka, and where tikanga fits in this place.
Organisers of an Auckland Anzac Day parade had to walk on footpaths to avoid paying up to $13,000 for traffic management. It's the first time in at least 20 years parts of Dominion Road weren't closed for the parade. The council says blocking off roads has associated costs. Mount Eden volunteer Vivian Young says the issue distracted from the day's message.
I'd just like to think that maybe the council review this policy in future and make some concessions for just one day in the year.
Pakistan says it'll continue fighting Indian missile attacks, claiming it shot down 5 of its Air Force planes. India's targeted Pakistan and Kashmir today in an escalation of tensions between the neighbours. India's Minister of Defence says it's prompted by a terrorist attack last month where 26 died. Pakistan Minister Atullah Tirar has claimed to the BBC 8 civilians have died.
The casualties are mostly women and children, and we will obviously retaliate, and our response is already underway.
To sport, Damien McKenzie returns from his hand injury to start for the Chiefs in Saturday's Super Rugby top-of-the-table match against the Crusaders in Christchurch. Rivers Reihana starts at 10 for the home side. The Blues have made a couple of tweaks to their side to face the Drua in Suva, with Corey Evans moving from the left wing to full-back in place of the injured Stephen Perofeta, with AJ Lamb back in the 11 jersey. The NRL's Sydney Roosters are poised to let Kiwis hooker Brandon Smith leave for the Rabbitohs with immediate effect. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.